in here having to do with the podcast?
I can barely contain myself. I think you may think I'm kidding. Okay, I'm gonna be calm. I'm gonna do this kind of cool. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
I'm sure you know a little bit, but
yes,
I'm a huge fan of the show.
Oh, I didn't know you were huge.
Oh, I am a huge fan of the show. I have brought we have almost 20-person team. Wow. And also that, we've brought over in the last couple of years. And our audience, I have, if they know anything about me, they know that I love General Hospital. They know that we've also invested in 100 companies.
Right.
But they also know that I love General Hospital. We were in Dublin last week. We got back yesterday. I downloaded every single episode on iTunes and kept up in Dublin after working all day.
And you can do that in Dublin?
On iTunes, yeah. You pay for it.
I was going to say, I thought the IP address or something.
I was able to do it in Germany and in many places.
Oh, nice.
Around the world.
How long have you been watching?
I have probably started watching, I'm 37, I probably started when I was about 10. Didn't watch the whole time through,
right. But
the last 8 years I've watched. So let's talk a little bit about, I mention you often because you're one of my favorite. One of my favorite characters on the show is Jason, and then you've been on the show for so long, and then you did go away for a few years.
Yes.
I'm going to forgive you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you have been forgiven. But I mean, you had to you made your decisions based on something, right? And then,
sure.
And then, so let's talk about the decision to come back. Why did you decide to come back to General Hospital?
Well, I think coming back really goes back to the decision of needing to go.
Okay.
It was a blessing in disguise for me, and I needed the break.
Yes.
It was years that I've been here.
How long had you been there before?
20 years.
20 years total.
20 years total.
Yeah.
I left for a year here and there, but it was basically 20 years.
Wow.
And it was just a time in my life where I just needed a break. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I didn't stay. It was a blessing just to be able to just go away and just work on myself personally. And then as an actor, you don't want to play the same role. You don't sign up as an actor to play the same role for 20 years.
Over and over and over.
It's a huge gift. I'm very grateful for it. But, as an actor, you get into business to do different things.
You started out playing Carly.
I did.
And then I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what happened after that because I'm General Hospital.
Yes.
So I don't know. I know you left us.
I did.
And I already talked to Steve about leaving. I forgave him. I'll forgive you.
You forgive
as well.
me.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
And you came back, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank
you came
you.
back, and you came back. First, you came back in like a flashback that Sonny was having. I think he had taken some drugs or something. He had a flashback, and they did all the Carlys.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
That was, yes, and it aired April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
And what is so funny about that too is here on the West Coast, we got preempted. Yes,
yeah.
We got preempted.
Oh, so then it was just like a trip.
So it was so funny. Here we were. He was talking, and he had just gone through Sarah Brown's Carly, and they just finished, and I had just 2 seconds come on, and then bam!
Oh no!
Obama in the Rose Garden.
Oh!
And then it was Laura.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I was like, that is the best April Fool's.
For
ever.
you, yeah, you got April Fooled a lot. Did you know when you were filming that you would be coming back?
No.
I am really excited about, if you know anything about our fund, you know that we invest in people who have traditionally been overlooked for funding. And 90% or more of venture capital goes to white men.
Right.
And so we invest in everything other than, which is, fantastic. So I have been so, I can be critical of General Hospital when I need to be because it's like my sports team.
Right.
Like you fumbled here, you didn't do that. What I have really enjoyed is that they have given you not only a respectable job after the drug dealing stuff.
Right.
They gave you a respectable job, but they give you a love life that is nuanced and that isn't stereotypical. What do you think about that?
It's like you said, I'm also critical of the show as well, and I started off watching Days of Our Lives, and then I watched Young and the Restless with my mom.
Yes.
And for me, it's like full circle, you know, because when I started watching, I was really, really young, and I was just a little ballerina in Toronto.
Yeah.
And I saw Drusilla on Young and the Restless, and she and that whole storyline with Shamar Moore, and how at that time they were this huge super couple, and it like clicked something in my brain. I think at that moment I was like, wait, so she's a ballerina, and she's black, and she's gorgeous, and she's sassy, and she's super smart, and she's a great actress, and it just unfolded for me. So, you know, I look at this show, and for me to be sort of in a way 360 kind of fulfilling that position a little, I'm like, just it's mind-blowing.
And going back to just kind of the rigor of doing this work, I was curious about, for all of the actors, how do you keep it, because it's a job, like, let's be real, it's a job, it's a gig though, and so a lot of people, you know, you really appreciate that, and I get that. But how do you keep yourself fresh and into it and excited about it when it's because any gig kind of needs a little bit of recharge. And you had that with the 5 years.
Yeah, you should.
But on a day-to-day,
sure
like, how do you?
Yeah, I'll tell you. You know, once we have a lot more time off now than we did 5 years ago, and the schedule's pretty grueling.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Thursday I have 70 pages.
What?
Yeah, 70.
Are they all blank? Because that's the only way
they're
I'd
not
be able to
blank,
do
they're
it.
Monologues. I'm like,
One word a page.
Wow. It's crazy, but I don't know. You know, it's hard because it's the same kind of thing as an entrepreneur. Why don't they quit?
Yes.
Why don't you quit after being denied 20 times? Why do you keep going? And it's a work ethic that I don't know where it comes from. Just how I'm wired, I guess. I mean, it's nice to have a break to refresh, because I think everybody needs that anyway.
Yes.
Because you can totally get burnt out and keep going, and especially entrepreneurs just never want to stop ever, and they don't usually. But you know, finding that, I don't want to say work balance, but at least finding a way to take some time for yourself.
The self-care.
You know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing more now than I've ever done. So I think that helps me stay focused on my job here. I'm grateful every day to get up and do it.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's things in life that aren't the best all the time.
Sure,
and,
sure.
You know, for everybody, but it's just starting off grateful every day, just getting up. I can do what I love to do.
Yeah. Was it hard to come back as a different character and then see the same characters you spent so much time with? I mean, because you really do. What I love about it is that you really are a different character. You're totally a different character. There's no remnants of, oh, well, she's this, because you've become a chameleon. Yeah, it's really cool.
Thank you.
And it's enjoyable as the audience, because we know, I mean, I'm sitting there knowing, oh, that used to be Karud, that's cool, but I can just kind of sink into the episode, right? So, but for you, when you're on set and I mean, there's a few times you've had to be in the room with a Sonny, or, you know.
Well, I've only worked with Ortiz, Sonny in those first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But I worked with Laura a couple other times. It was funny when we did the scene. Funny. I mean, it was not funny. It was funny to me, not to Kim or to, to Carly. But I just thought it was, you know, interesting. Here she is telling me about Morgan's death.
And it's your son.
And I'm like, oh yeah,
and
I was shot in the head while I gave birth to him.
That's so true. She was shot in the head.
I was shot in birth. But the bullet went through my husband's nemesis' back while he was between my legs trying to give birth, help me give birth. Because my husband comes in, who was Sonny at the time, and shoots him, not realizing I'm lying there, legs open, giving birth to our child, and shot in the head, go out, and then baby comes out.
Yes. I really appreciate your time. I could have talked to you for another hour.
I could too. We'll have lunch or something.
Yeah, let's please do.
I'd love it.
All right. Thank you
so
much.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As we left the building, that was so cool. That was so cool. That was so cool. I am filled up and excited, and you know, you wait a long time to meet someone, and then they're so nice and real and fun, and have some interesting, you know, transparent too. You know, I feel like if I could have asked them anything and they would have gone with it, and that was great. And yeah, so thank you, Vinessa, Steve, and Tamara. Thank you to Frank. Thank you to everyone who helped make that happen. So excited.